This one's for anyone who wants to know how to analyze their real estate deal. We talk with a brand new real estate investor who has a deal under contract, but Ryan, my co-host, sheds a new light on what the value of this property actually is. You're going to want to stick around and see the thought process behind both of these valuations and which one may be more accurate. Ryan's actually got 425 deals under his belt in St. Joseph, Missouri. After his sales commissions at his job got cut, he's like, I'm done. I'm actually going to wholesale real estate instead of working at this job. And he's been very successful with his wife, Meg, and done 425 deals since then in St. Joseph, Missouri. My name's David Lecko. I've created a process that's helped people close 10,000 deals in all 50 states with the software platform called DealMachine. Now, wholesaling is a way you can make a finder's fee for finding a rundown house and passing it to an investor. That's what this whole process is about, so that you can build wealth and time freedom into your life.
All right. So, John, tell us a little bit about this first deal. How did you find it? What was your process in analyzing the deal? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, to get it, I just really attacked all the main markets I feel that are good for wholesaling. You guys give, I think, how much was it? 1,200 deals your first month, a month from the plan. I guess they had the $500 plan. Okay. It's like 120,000 leads a month, right?
Yeah, somewhere in there. I don't know exactly, but yeah.
I made sure to try to use all the weapons I could and tools I could. And then I attacked tired landlords and pre-foreclosures. And then I found somebody in Macon, Georgia. And analyzing the property, honestly, it's real easy because of you guys. You know, I love Alma. You know, I don't follow her, you know, to the script, of course. But sure, you guys make it really easy, give me all the data that I need to, you know, really attack or, you know, contact the seller and with more information than I usually would.
So when you say you attacked the market, what was your strategy on attacking? How did you reach out to these sellers? Where you?
So I would go over maybe a state or like like somewhere that's really hot in a state, and I would just try to get those leads, and I would just save those leads. So I did Georgia. I believe I did Texas. I believe I did Ohio. I tried when I first started wholesaling a couple months ago. I tried to do New York and Jersey, but those are a little harder markets.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So what was your marketing platform? Did you cold call these? Did you send them postcards?
Cold call. I sent some postcards too. I got a couple people call me back on postcards, but it didn't really go nowhere. But yeah, I was cold calling for most of it.
All right. So you've done this. It's all virtual. How did you analyze the deal to make your offer? What was your process?
Well, first I had to get pictures. He actually was really compliant. He sent me a video and pictures of everything. Okay. So I did that. I looked at the comps, of course, you know, from you guys and Zillow and Redfin. And I just looked at the market as well, what's buying, what's selling around there. And I feel like I got an okay deal.
All right. So what did you offer on the price? Give us the details of how much you offered and all that.
What I see, ARV's 260 around there.
Okay.
I offered him 155. And I'm going to try to sell it for 170. I think it needs about 20,000 in a repair. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it.
How did you come up with the 155 offer price?
Well, I took off the repair cost, and then I think, times that by 85 or 83%. I don't really know, because I have it all written down when I should do it, for what price.
Sure.
Then minus that by like, I think 20 to 15%.
Okay.
And that's how you get my number.
And what about the repair costs? A lot of people have a specific formula to try to determine.
I'm not too good at that stuff. Luckily, I have a friend that he's into the whole construction thing. So, you know, I could run it by him. And I have I actually got a couple friends that are into that. So I got all their opinions about it. You know, I didn't only go to one. I went to a couple just to get, you know, a range of what the repair cost would be.
Okay. So now you've got the deal. You made the offer. Tell us about that process of making the offer to this seller. How did you make that? How did that conversation go?
This is actually, I learned this from, I believe it was you. I seen you flip with Rick, I believe. So I see
Could have been.
And I kind of used their negotiating tactic. Like I made rapport with the customer first, and then I said I'll call back. I'll talk to my partners, and we'll go from there. And then I used the bad cop, good cop method, and it worked.
So how did the conversation go when you had them on the phone? You made their offer. What was the response to your offer?
The first one, he wasn't trying to go under 170, 160. And then I just told him, I was like, listen, I would love to give you 160, 170 for the property. You seem like a nice guy. I would love to. But my partners over here, you know, they see it as this price, and, you know, they like to buy things for $1 and sell it for $1 million, you know, so I can't undermine that.
Sure.
And then we just went from there. And then I told him, this is it. This is what the price, 155. They're not going to change from that. He said, okay, put it in writing.
All right. So now that you've got it under contract, you've got it turned into the title company, what's your plan now to lock up your...
Just nonstop trying to look for buyers on Instagram.
Okay.
I even strayed away a little bit from the cold calling other clients because, you know, it's just me right now.
Mm-hmm.
In a month or two, I would like to hire a marketing team, you know, so I get some cold calls and the cold calls going out. But as of now, it's just myself, so I've just been really focusing on trying to find a buyer.
And mostly just doing that off of the Instagram?
Yes. And
okay.
Other ways, like I tried contacting some realtors too in the area, see if they have any cash buyers, stuff like that.
Have you had any luck with the realtors?
I mean, I have a couple good ones. I mean, that were pretty cool, but it's nothing yet. It's been on, I would say, a week. Yeah, a week since it's been in the title company, so I've been looking for a week so far.
What feedback are you getting from the realtors?
Honestly, I think I might have locked it up a little too much, but I think it'd be great for a buy and hold. I still think there's potential for a buy and hold.
Okay.
I don't know about a fix and flipper, but definitely for a buy and hold.
All right. So they're saying that's a little bit too high. Mm-hmm. Did they give you other feedback of why they think it might be too high?
Just the area. It's kind of weird. They said that's verbatim what they said. It's like a weird area where down the block this was stuff for this, and then 2 blocks away it's stuff for a lot cheaper. Mm-hmm. So it's just a weird area from what I'm hearing.
Where is this located?
Macon, Georgia.
Yeah. So now the work, the part of the deal that gets you the money is where you're stuck right now and finding that buyer.
Which I thought this was going to be the easiest part, but it's not. Or maybe
it can be. Yeah, a lot of times we say, in fact, when I first started, this was the most intimidating part, was finding the buyer. And I remember asking some coaches, hey, how do I find a buyer? And their response was, it's the easiest part. And it is, but that the deal has to be a good deal. I would definitely be on your Facebook, making sure that you're putting it out on Marketplace. I would call more realtors. But if the feedback that you're getting from the realtors is that the deal is not priced right, that's something that you're going to have to take into consideration. What are you having when you're telling it to a realtor? How much are you trying to sell it for?
175.
Okay. So here's what I would.
As a number, I would probably go a little cheaper, but that's like, I feel like it's fair.
Have you asked the realtor, hey, what price point do you think this would sell for? Have you asked any of them that?
They said a lot lower than what I locked it in for.
Hey guys, if you know you want to quit your job in the next 3 months, make sure you're subscribed to this podcast because we've got some incredible frameworks with step-by-step instruction that you're not going to want to miss. Also, leave us a rating and review to let us know your favorite parts and why you want to get financial freedom.
I also did talk to the buyer yesterday, and I told him that it honestly might not go through. So I let them know beforehand. I told them I don't want to waste your time or my time. You know, you could have, you know, you could sell the property tomorrow, you know, if you're not on contract with me, if you know somebody, you know, and I don't want to stop you from that opportunity.
Right.
I told them that today, but I told them I'll give me a couple of days. There are a couple other buyers that I still have to talk to that want me to message them. And then we'll go from there.
So here's something that I would recommend to you. If you've got that dialogue open with some real estate agents, if they could give you an idea of a price point that they think that it should sell for, you take that back to your seller and you're just like, hey, talking to a realtor, you know, this is what they're saying houses in that area fixed up are selling for. That way you're not necessarily breaking off the whole deal, but you're going to want to try to renegotiate. And if they're not open to renegotiating, it really may not be a good deal. But I would totally leverage that relationship with realtors, especially if you've got the seller in dialogue. They're willing to talk to you. They're willing to negotiate with you. But maybe just the unfamiliar. How far away is this market from where you live?
I live in New York.
Okay.
So yeah.
Being unfamiliar with the market's probably a
I think
challenge.
that's what it is in the beginning, to be honest with you. Because I think that street, it's a couple. It felt like I felt like I did the right ARV, and then it just, as we expanded a little bit more, it just got way worse.
How'd you come up with the ARV?
Huh?
How'd you come up with the ARV?
I took, what's the name? I took Zillow, Redfin, you guys, and I think PropWire, and then I just took like the 4 main houses that, because I'm not trying to compare apples to oranges, you know, I'm trying to compare apples to apples.
Yeah.
So I took the 3, the 4 that were around the pretty much almost identical, if it was fixed up, of course, and then I pretty much got it from there.
What's the address?
2686 Napier Avenue.
How do you spell that?
Napier Avenue. I've also asked if he'd be open to owner financing, but he gave me like a ridiculous. He wanted like $40,000 down, and I honestly think now I think that's not too far where people would buy it now cash. So I don't think that'd be good. He wanted $40,000 down, but else I think he said he wanted like 8% interest or something like that, which is not too bad. But the $40,000 down, I think, would kill the deal.
So
I'm also studying that now for the last two weeks. I've also been studying creative finance too, so I'm trying to get that under my repertoire.
I'm running this like I would if this was going to be a deal that I'm doing on DealMachine, just using the DealMachine comps, and I'm going to narrow it down to like the five comps in the closest area that are MLS, not county record. Let's see how close we get. How much did you lock this up for?
155.
Yeah. And you think it needs how much in repairs?
About 20,000 maybe.
So here's what I'm seeing. If we were just going off of DealMachine comps, we're looking at the ARV is probably at 145.
That's definitely a lot.
That's quite a bit further off. If I select other comps in DealMachine, there's one that we can add that one. I've got all except for the very top one, but it's so far away that I don't feel like it's Well, okay, let's add all. I've got 8 comps in here on DealMachine. I don't know if my phone will
Yeah, I can't
let me
really
see that or not. I didn't think.
Nah.
So there's 8 comps. It's showing the estimated value at 159 and then average price of 166. So that to me would be, I think you have ARV at 260.
Yes, I have that at 260.
And it's, yeah, we're off. So let's just see where I'm going to run my formula here and see where I land. All right, $20,000 in repairs. I usually account for a $13,000 assignment on this one. That's what I started off with. But my offer price on here would be about $83,200.
83. Well, I'll go back to him. I doubt he'll do it, but I'll still go back to him and try to get that.
I think if you're there, these numbers make a lot more sense. I would still ask your realtors, hey, what price point would this make a good deal at? Because if we're close, or even call your realtor and just tell them, hey, if I got this price, let's add the 13 back onto it. If you called a realtor and said, hey, if this house was available for 96, would you be able to make it work? And see what they say. So that's what we've got. Another person lined up on an episode right now in the waiting room. So I got to jump off, but let's follow back up and let's see if we can salvage this. And I'll work with you a little bit and see if I can help you get through this deal, or you may need to move on from it and try to find another one.
I appreciate you, Ryan. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Take care.
Sorry for the difficulties going on.
It's all good. We'll see you later, John.
Thanks for listening to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast. Please leave us a review and follow along wherever you're listening to your podcast.